Today I'm leveling up creme brulee with a southern twist, sweet potato creme brulee. Yes, you heard that right. And I put some marshmallows on top. Listen to the glass. I'm bringing the heat with the torch to make that glass top. I'm making stovetop candy sweet potatoes to make the nice creamy mixture for our sweet potato creme brulee. Listen, make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel for more recipes. Let's get right into it. Ingredients and measurements will be down below for you to follow in the description. Now I have 2 large sweet potatoes. I'm going to peel and clean my sweet potatoes. Now of course you clean your sweet potatoes before you peel them. Just like that. And I took some time to get the black spots out. You don't have to do that. You can leave it as is. Cut into nice 1-inch round pieces, just like that. 1-inch round pieces, just as you're making candy sweet potatoes. Okay, now we're going to take this over to the stove and I'm going to steam them to make candied sweet potatoes. Yes, it's going to be so tempting to eat, but listen, just follow me. I got y'all. In a heavy bottom pot, layer your sweet potatoes down just like that. The purpose of this, we want to add our ingredients and we're going to steam them with all of the ingredients all at once. So I'm adding a 1/2 cup of sugar, and I flipped over some of the sweet potatoes to make sure each sweet potato get coverage of that sugar. A 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar. Again, we're going to use the same ingredients as if we're making candy sweet potatoes or a sweet potato pie. You know, I kept it very simple for everyone. Now for the spices, I'm adding ground nutmeg. To that ground nutmeg, I'm adding ground cinnamon. Now listen, ground ginger. I know you like ground ginger. Is really going to work for this. It creates a nice bite to this dish. Bourbon vanilla extract, you can use regular if you prefer. To that, I'm adding a whole stick of salted butter. Salted butter creates a nice bite and helps break up all of that sugar in the dish. Now I'm adding about a teaspoon of water. Cover if you have a lid with the air vent on top, perfect. If you don't, just leave the lid halfway off, just like that. You're going to put this on medium to medium high heat. You're not going to let this burn. You're going to let this go until everything becomes nice and tender. Flip over halfway through to make sure all of the sweet potatoes get that coverage, folks. And look, just like that, it should be fork tender and it should be fall off the bone. There's no bones, but you get my point. It should be fall off the bone. Now, you see that? You see that liquid? Honestly, you can eat these as is, but we need this to make our sweet potato creme brulee, all right? Now, this is exactly how I make my stovetop candy sweet potatoes, so easy. Now, I'm going to take my candy sweet potatoes, I'm going to add that to the food processor. Food processor, blender, whatever you have at home will work. You just want to blend this until it's a nice paste-like consistency. Yes, it's going to be like a paste-like consistency because sweet potatoes are very starchy and it's going to thicken up. As you can see, it thickened up pretty well. But doing the stovetop, you don't have to add anything else to it. Now, go back to your skillet. Now put your skillet on medium heat only after you add your paste to the skillet. Don't clean the skillet out. I'm going to show you why. So I added my paste to my skillet. I'm going to put this on medium heat. Now, once I put this on medium heat, I'm going to add my liquid ingredients. Heavy cream. This is going to help thicken and loosen this mixture all at the same time. And I have some milk. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. I'm going to give it a good mix. Medium heat. The goal for this, we want to make sure we don't have any lumps or try to eliminate as much lumps as possible because the goal is to have a silky, creamy custard for our sweet potato creme brulee. Yes, that's a mouthful, but it's so amazing. Have some milk on reserve to loosen up your mixture only if needed, all right? But again, I'll have the ingredients and measurements down below for you to follow step by step. You know I got y'all. The skillet was on medium heat the entire time. The goal is just to eliminate as much lumps as possible, but to ensure you don't have any lumps, get a fine mesh strainer. You want to take your mixture, you want to put it through this fine mesh strainer just like that. Take your time with it. The goal is to have a velvety smooth custard for your sweet potato creme brulee. I'm telling you, if you take this extra step, it's going to be amazing. As you can see, when the mixture comes through that fine mesh strainer, it is nice and smooth. This is what you want to achieve for your sweet potato creme brulee, folks. Take your time. As you can see, you don't want all those lumps inside your sweet potato creme brulee. So folks, take your time with it and let's go ahead and get everything set. Now look, nice, smooth, velvety. This is what you want to achieve. A few steps, but listen, we have the perfect mixture, but we're not finished yet. Now to combine everything, we need 5 egg yolks. I'm going to temper the egg yolks. Tempering means I'm going to take my warm, somewhat hot mixture. I'm going to temper them with the eggs. We don't want scrambled eggs. So slowly pour your mixture into the eggs, just like that. This is how you temper your mixture. Anytime you need to add eggs to a custard or filling that is somewhat warm, you don't want the eggs to curdle. So that's my tip. So listen, Kitchen 101 from Twan. Now I'm going to take this mixture, we temper the eggs, I'm going to pour this in my mixture and we're going to make sure everything combines nicely. Now this is going to hold the mixture together and allow it to set once we put it in the fridge. I'm going to walk you through that. But folks, we're actually finished. We have our sweet potato creme brulee mixture done, and look folks, nice and smooth and no lumps. We do not want any lumps. This is not a pie, this is a creme brulee, velvety smooth as a goal. Now, I grabbed some ramekins, I sprayed some non-stick spray inside the ramekins to just make sure I had even coverage. The goal is to add our mixture into the ramekins and we're going to bake this on 325 in a steam bath. Now, do not overfill your ramekins. Make sure you use the lines on the ramekin to know when to stop. I overfilled mine slightly, but it still turned out amazing. So again, make sure your oven is preheated at 325 degrees. I had a lot of filling for this recipe because I was recipe testing, so I actually made quite a bit. Now look at that, I have my ramekins set. Now I grabbed me a baking dish. You're going to put your ramekins inside the baking dish because we need to create a steam bath. So what you're going to do, you're going to add some water. You want to fill the water until it's halfway up the ramekin. That's all, halfway. Don't pour it up to the top, halfway folks. Now, we want to take this and bake it on 325 for about 40 to 45 minutes. Now, be careful, the water is going to be extremely hot being in that oven for about 50 minutes. Now, you want to make sure the center is jiggly. We don't want it to be fully set, because remember, this is going to go in the fridge overnight. A jiggly center is what you want to achieve. Perfect. I covered the ramekins with aluminum foil and parchment paper in the fridge overnight, and look at that, perfect. The parchment paper helps with the condensation because we do not want any kind of moisture on top once we add the sugar to torch it to make a nice glass top. As you can see, the parchment paper slightly messed up my custard, but it was okay, it worked out. Now I'm using turbinado sugar. You can use regular white fine sugar if you want, but before I added my sugar, I use a paper towel to make sure I got any extra condensation off of the top of the custard. Now I'm adding the turbinado sugar. It's like a raw cane sugar. It's perfect for this recipe, but again, you can use regular sugar if that's all you have, okay? Now I'm going to make sure I spread a nice thin even layer right over. Now you don't want too much sugar on top, you just want enough to make a nice glass top for your creme brulee, all right? Now folks, you will need a torch for this recipe, just like a little mini handheld torch. If you do not want your sugar to be too burnt, because you think the sugar's become bitter, turn it down. But me, I'm gonna keep that fire going. Now, if you add the thin layer on top, it's time to torch it. Put the heat on low if you don't want your sugar to burn quickly. Start from the outside and work your way to the middle as I'm doing right here. I prefer the sugar to be slightly bitter on top of the custard because the bitterness of the sugar really helps with the sweetness of the custard. And as you can see, it's a beautiful color. I'm working my way to the center, starting on the outside, and folks, this is so fun to make and I cannot wait to give it a taste test. Now I have a larger one. I told you I was recipe testing, so I made quite a few, but listen, starting on the outside, working my way to the inside so the sugar doesn't burn. I really like the sound of that glass on top. If you're a sweet potato lover like me, this is the holiday dessert you didn't know you needed. But listen, let's take it up another level. Yep, you know I'm gonna do something extra. I'm gonna add some marshmallows right on top, and it's going to make a nice creamy, like a campfire taste to it. I'm gonna torch the marshmallows. It works perfect with the glass top, the sugar, the sweet potato custard that we made. This was a 10 out of 10 dessert. I know it's biased, but listen, we're over here at Eats with Twan. So go ahead, make it however you want, but I'm telling you, the marshmallows is the way to go. Add it to your personal size. Ooh, look at that silky custard. We got the glass top with the sugar, the marshmallows. This is going to be the dessert for your holiday. Here is creme brulee. All sugar. Woo! Look at that. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like a creamy custard. It's like your own mini sweet potato pie, but in a custard form. Ooh. Oh yeah. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this recipe and if you plan to make it. I'll see you on the next recipe video.